Well, hello, it's afternoon, isn't it?
Good morning.
I know, it feels that morning. I've been running around all morning. Bedraggled.
Oh, there's a lot of us here today. Oh, they're still coming in. Because word's got round, we have a party, you see, once a month on a Monday. That's what it is. They all want to join in now. Everybody is here for People of Pendle, aren't they? They're not here for cake icing or anything. No, that's all right. I'll just give it another couple of minutes, just in case we've got any late starters. How are we all today? Wonderful, this lovely, glorious Monday afternoon.
It's a bit windy, isn't it?
Isn't it just?
I've been on site this morning and oh my word, I'm like a scarecrow blowing away.
I know I only walked across road. I felt like I'd walked 10 miles. You're into wind all the time, aren't you?
I've been up on the moors just past Colne this morning, like proper like Wuthering Heights type place. It was so
Did you burst
windy.
into song, Caroline? That's what we're all dying to know. You should have done. Excellent. I think we've got all our speakers here today. That makes a change. We've usually one or two missing. And they're still arriving. If you've got AI notes, I can hear myself. Why can I hear myself? Yeah, well, firing back at myself then. It must have been somebody that had the mic switched on. If you've got AI notes switched on, please, can you switch them off? Thank you. I know sometimes it does it automatically. We are recording and taking notes of this meeting, so you will get them anyway. Anybody that doesn't want the face recording, please do keep yourself on, keep your camera off, because this will be uploaded to YouTube. We'll be famous. Maybe that's why we've got loads coming now. Although it has always been really well attended as People of Pendle. Okay, I think I'll crack on. Somebody talking to me. I've got something in the chat here. No. Okay. I think I'll start because we've got quite a lot to get through today. We've got 4 speakers, which is amazing. Thank you so much. We don't normally have so many speakers. So those of you that are new, I'm Tracy Noon. I'm the Operations Manager here at Burnley, Pendle and Rosendale Council for Voluntary Service, and I chair these meetings for my sins. But you're welcome if anybody's new. You're also welcome if you've been before. It's not that you're not welcome if you've been before. So thank you all for coming. I'll let people in if they keep arriving. And thank you for coming. So I think we'll crack on with our first speaker, Lisa Robinson. Are you here? I thought I saw your name flash up. Brilliant. Do you want to crack on, Lisa?
Yeah, that's fine.
Brill, thank you.
No worries. Okay, so my name's Lisa Robinson and I'm one of the senior primary mental health practitioners for what was formerly known as LCAS. I don't know if people are aware that we have now joined with Children and Young People's Psychological Services. So we are now known as Children and Young People's Mental Health East, which is a little bit of a mouthful. So I'm sure it's going to take quite a while until we fully make that transition, but we'll go with it. So the primary mental health team within Children's Young People's Mental Health East, we cover the whole of East Lancashire. We have practitioners in Blackburn, HRRV, Burnley, and then myself, I cover Pendle area. So the team was initially set up to work GP attached, to work alongside GPs, to think about young people's mental health. What we do know is that services are quite fragmented. Lots of referrals would be put in for young people and families, and they would often be declined, bounce around, kind of which service is best to work for, which service is still working. We know they change quite frequently. So we were put together as a team to work directly with GPs, kind of be GP attached, to help them kind of navigate services, make sure that appropriate referrals came in. There was the appropriate information with referrals, to make sure that young people and families were getting the correct support that they need at that time. So that's how we were initially set up, and then we have sort of progressed out a little bit from that as time's gone on. So we still a GP attached, so I base myself 2 days a week at the hub at Colne Health Centre, to try and make sure that we're around different services and around for the GPs and any primary care staff. But also we kind of try now to make sure that actually that offer of consultation where the GP surgery can ring us and ask for advice about any young person or their family to think about what support. So we offer that out much wider now in terms of schools, child and family wellbeing services, any professionals that are working with young people and families or that have concerns around families, that they can contact us and we can talk through that. Myself in Pendle, I go into schools regularly because we don't have the mental health support team in the high schools in our area. So I do go into high schools regularly so that they can consult with me about any young people in school they might be concerned about. When we receive a referral, sorry, my dog's joining me. Come down. When we receive a referral, we can, if we think it's appropriate for an assessment, we can offer an initial assessment and, sorry, perfect timing, Ada. We can offer an initial assessment and a couple of sessions, but we don't do long-term interventions. The purpose of our assessments is to think about, do we need to think about wider systems that might be working with that young person and family to bring that together to make sure that they are getting the right support? Or could we offer a very short piece of work, a couple of sessions around something like anxiety management, behavioural activation, where we can help sort of support a family and see if we can help to sort of help improve their emotional health. We also offer, I don't know whether you've seen our posters, so we offer an online drop-in. So if any person is concerned about somebody under 18 regarding their emotional health, they can join our online drop-in. And we do have those posters that go out regularly, and I can share that with anybody if that's what they'd like. The times changed to try and accommodate, it goes on a rolling rota, 1 till 3, 3 till 5, 5 till 7, to try and accommodate different timescales for families. We also do deliver youth mental health first aid training to any practitioners working with young people in any capacity, that it might be helpful for them to have some more understanding around emotional health and working with young people and families. We started with a pilot project that has continued, where we can offer personal health budgets to young people and families if we feel that that is something that can help support and improve their emotional health. And yeah, so we try and join and link in with like our local networks and hubs, GP surgeries. attend any sort of community projects that might be happening, to try and ensure that people kind of know that we're around and out there. Recently, we've been attending a lot of the Send road shows that have been going on, and also we've had some things going on in schools for like improving attendance in school that we've been attending as well. So yeah, so that's us really. It's just kind of about trying to work alongside other services that are working with children, young people and families, and try and make sure they get the right support.
I think you'll be forever known as LCAS, Lisa.
I know, it's really, the thing is, I was actually around when we went from CAMS to LCAS. And it took a while, but I think it's going to take longer just purely because CYPMH East doesn't roll anywhere. We've done loads of brainstorming on trying to make it easier. Not quite a mouthful, and it's not happening. So I think it will take quite some time. I definitely do.
I know that you and your colleagues work alongside our social prescribing for children and young people's service. So
yeah,
Sammy and Sanya, Sammy in particular, I think, because that core support as well for young people can be really valuable. Because we do that long term. You know, we'll keep them over a period of time, however long they need us. So has anybody got any questions for Lisa? Anthony.
Yeah.
It's not a question, Lisa. I can also remember when it was CAMS because I'm from years ago. I've been in services that long. I remember the Mary Bird reunion. I don't remember the Mary Bird reunion.
Yeah.
But I just want to say, well done and thanks for doing all you're doing and supporting these young people because it's really important. You get it right when people are young because it can be better outcome at the end and a better life for them. So it's really important. That's all I want to say, really.
Absolutely. And I think, and that's one of the main things that we try and think about is that actually, people sort of talk, and there was a period of about 4 years where I was school nursing. I wasn't in LCAS at all. And I think, and being on the other side, I think sometimes it can quite often, people will talk about kinds of LCAS in this almost like it's a silver service and it's so difficult to get in and, who are they and kind of no one sees them because if somebody's struggling and they go to see their GP or they have a chat with their school or any one of yourselves, and then somebody makes a referral into us and, for whatever reason, we don't think it's appropriate, all they know is that they've been rejected by LCAS or by CAMS. And, it's what you end up with ultimately is a family or a young person that just does not feel like they're being listened to. And we want to make sure that actually they're getting the right support. That first contact is so important that can shape their whole experience and trust in terms of not just support now, but any support or advice that they might need at any point in the future. And I think that is, it's such an important thing, isn't it? So I do think we do try much more now to be kind of more out there, and if we do offer an assessment, I don't know how much people are aware, but if somebody is accepted into LCAS, into children and young people's mental health, our policy is that we would offer an initial assessment for that young person and family within 28 days. So they would be seen within 28 days. If that referral is declined, that referral decline should come with a letter and recommendations as to the reasons why we would decline and what we would recommend in terms of support going forward. Which is why, I sort of say, we are speaking with families or school with anybody and they sort of say, oh, well, we made a referral and we haven't heard anything. There would always be a letter explaining, what that is about. So I would always encourage people to go back to the referrer or the GP and sort of say, please, can you tell me what is happening with this referral, because we haven't heard anything.
Great stuff. Angela.
Hi, I'm just wondering, how would you target those that aren't necessarily in a school at the moment?
Well, the drop-ins are available to anyone. You don't have to be in school. So we don't it's not, school is not an issue in terms of whether someone's attending school or not. If some, if there was somebody around that young person that felt that they were concerned about their emotional health, then they can either come online to a drop-in, or we have the self-referrals as well online that can be accessed by a young person or by a family member. Referrals don't have to come from GPs or schools. They can come from anybody who's got kind of the best understanding of that young person. I think quite often it's kind of, right, you need to go to your GP and get referred, or school need to do that referral. We kind of want the person that's got the most information, really, in terms of what it might be that that young person and family are struggling with, what are the circumstances around, how is it impacting on their day-to-day life, and whether there's other complexities that might be happening, other diagnosis, children's social care, etc., support in school.
Well, thank you. Thanks, Lisa. Anybody else got any questions for Lisa before we move on? Rabina.
Sorry, just really quickly, because I
Hi.
missed your beginning. I missed your talk. From what age group is it? Is it 16? Is it up to 16 or is it up to 19?
Up to 18. We're up to 18. Yeah, so we're up to 18. We don't have a kind of young age limit. However, and especially now that we've joined with Children and Young People Psychological Services, if it is a younger person, sometimes it might be more appropriate for children's psychologists to be involved rather than one of our complex care teams. So we go up to 18. We would, if somebody was approaching 18 and they've been open to us for a while and it's thought that they need longer term support, then that would continue with a crossover, a handover. So our team would work closely with adult services to ensure that there's kind of a smooth transition. If someone's really close to approaching 18, we would be considering how is it in that young person's best interest to see somebody to potentially start again, or to see us in terms of, or whether that would be helpful to see us and then potentially move on to adult services.
Oh, brilliant. Would you not mind dropping your email address in the chat? It's just that I would like to reach out to you because I work for the job centre. So
Yep.
We do have a small number cohort of customers 16 to 18-year-olds will probably have more of, but I just need to understand, once they turn 18, is it adult social care that they'd have to go down, or can they still access yourself if it's not, and then they never used you? But I think it's just covering that gap. The customers that we have coming through the doors, I think that would be really, really useful for those customers. So just maybe an upskilling session for some of the work coaches that work with those customers.
Yeah, that's fine in terms of, thinking about kind of, you've got that co-op between 16 and 18. And also if you might have, you might come across parents who have young people. I know I've seen Pam's on here. I know me and we've had discussions, myself and Pam, before, because kind of obviously you've got young people in families that you might be, you might not be working directly with young people, but there might be young people around in terms of those family. That's fine.
I think what I found really useful was my own daughter went through LCAS when she was at high school, and it was a very random thing that happened, GCSE time, where she displayed a bit of odd behaviour, sent her to school, and they were really, really quick, and she was diagnosed with autism. I felt like there was always something, but they were amazing. Honestly, couldn't recommend them enough, and how quickly school responded as well. They were absolutely great at getting that referral in. It took a while to kind of understand the condition, but I think it's paid dividends now that she's got that.
Yeah, Good.
that diagnosis. So yeah, it's been it was really good when she used it.
Great stuff. And I think we'll leave it there on a high. Highly recommended by Rabina. So thank you, Lisa.
But yeah, I guess the upshot is, if you're concerned about a young person under the age of 18, you just want some, if anybody wants any advice, talk things through. My email address is there. I'll put the telephone number on my as well, and then you can email or give me a ring, and we can sort of talk things through.
Great stuff. Thank you. Thanks very much, Lisa.
No worries.
So, Denise, are you here? Denise Whiteside.
Oh, I am here, yes.
Hooray! Hello!
Hello, hi. I'm sorry, I have a broken computer, so you can't see me today.
That's all right. No problem, Denise.
Oh, okay. So I'm going to share with you my presentation. And we do have a video attached, but I won't play it just because you've got a lot of speakers today. But if anybody wants it, Tracy, are you okay to pass it on? The presentation. Yeah, so it is within the presentation, but it is a lovely video. Okay, so can everybody see that?
Yeah, we can see it.
Yeah, you can see it. Okay, smashing. Right, let's get started then. So, yes, so I'm one of I work for one of Bernardo's services. I'm the team manager, so my name's Denise Whiteside. This service is Lancashire Young Carers Service. So, what is a young carer? So it's somebody between the ages of 5 to 18 who provides ongoing or regular care to somebody that they live with at home that may have a medical illness. It could be a disability. It could be that they have difficulties with substance or alcohol misuse. Now, the Children and Families Act actually strengthened the rights for young carers, and it's because of that that now local authorities have to provide an initial assessment for a young carer. So that is, what our service does, is we're commissioned by Lancashire County Council to ensure that the young carers have this assessment. Okay, so a little bit more about where we cover. So it is all of Lancashire, not including Blackburn with Darwen and Blackpool. We have 6 project workers, so not very many considering the large area that we cover. And 3 of these, we only have 3 full-timers. So their role is to, complete the assessment and then provide the support. So what we're looking at with an assessment is really the negative impact that, has occurred because the child has a caring role. So because we do get often referrals where, children have got a caring role, but they're coping really well. So it is about us differentiating between those types of situations. So when we're looking at the negative impact, we're looking at whether it's affecting their emotional well-being, is it affecting their education, or is it affecting their health, which we go into a little bit more in a minute. So like I said earlier, it's the Children and Families Act and the Care Act that strengthened young carers' rights. What we do with the assessment is that it is a whole family approach. So we're very holistic in how we do the assessment. So, we don't just look at the young carer, we do look at the impact of everybody in the house, and if we find that the parent or another sibling, would benefit from signposting somewhere else, or us making a referral to adult services, or children's social care, then we will do. Okay, so what we want to do as well is make sure that the caring role isn't excessive. because, you know, that's when we would deem it as an inappropriate caring role. Okay. So this is where the video is when you do get your PowerPoint. So you just click on the link there. It's really good because it's about real young carers telling us what it's like for them, you know, and it is really impactful. So I do urge you to watch it. So the young care assessment, so as I said, it is holistic. It's looking at the physical role and the emotional role. The negative impact, the impact of the adult's care needs on the child. So what is it they're dealing with every day? You know, is that appropriate? And the responsibilities of that parent, you know. So the physical role includes many, many things. These are just some of them. So, you know, I won't read through the whole list, but you can see some of those might be, you know, looking after the finances, helping to organise medication, make sure that they're taking it before they leave for school in the morning, making sure there's enough money, you know, for bills, attending GP and hospital appointments, having that responsibility for locking up at the end of the day. You know, it's a huge responsibility for a child. You know, making sure the pets are fed and that they're cleaned up after. So there's lots and lots of physical things that a young carer may do. And, you know, there's lots of things there that some children will always do and they just do to help their family. And so the difference but is this having an impact on their emotional well-being? You know, is it negatively affecting them in that they are turning up late for school every day, or they can't complete their homework because of this, you know, the impact of having all these physical things to do? And then again, this looks at some of the negative impact of being a young carer, but also a little bit about what the emotional role of being a young carer is. So some of these are quite interesting, you know, being that person to lean on. So we have it quite often with single parent families, where one of the parents may have mental health issues, and then, you know, they overshare a lot with the child. You know, and this can have an impact on them because then they become worriers, you know, then that develops into anxiety, and it, you know, it can sort of exasperate, and then they kind of take that responsibility that, well, you know, my mum needs, you know, she needs to tell me everything. I need to know everything that's happening, you know, with my mum or my dad, and you know, and so that assessment will look at all of that. Okay, sometimes it's about them feeling like they need to be a role model for their siblings. It could be that they are a young carer to a sibling and it's not a parent. You know, so there's lots of different things there, so won't go through them all. So what do we do? So like I've said, we do the assessment. After the assessment, if we are opening the young person to the service, we'll create a support plan. And this is, our work is predominantly one-to-one work. Quite a lot of people have, I think it comes from Barnardo's as a whole, really, and they tend to think that our service is a respite service, and it really isn't. We don't have the capacity to be able to take children away from the home and, you know, sort of put on activities for them on a regular basis. So it is predominantly one-to-one work. That's not to say that we don't do any group work. We do, but it's targeted. So if on a child support plan, we've identified that they would benefit from learning some first aid skills, when we've got about 12 young carers that all need, you know, that would benefit from those skills, we will outsource a first aid provider and we will do a first aid course with them. Likewise, we do this with cooking, and we do have some peer-to-peer support groups for older children, which are on a monthly basis. So if you are talking to a parent, if you're thinking about putting in a referral, please make that clear, because a lot of parents often think that we are a babysitting service. And yeah, we're really not. We just have not got the capacity to do anything like that. We do wellbeing activities with the young carers, you know, helping them to learn about how to look after themselves. We're very much a very strengths-based approach service, where we're looking at what's already going well, what we can build on, and what we can improve. We do have a regular group that's, like I've mentioned, which is called our Young Carers Connect group. And this is just about giving young people a voice and ensuring that they are participating fully. Okay, making a referral, you can encourage the family to do their own referral, you know, if you're at capacity. So they can do that by visiting our website, or if you are able to, you can do one yourselves. We've recently put our referral form it's now in an online format on our website. So you now no longer need to download the form, fill it in, upload it. It's just an online form on our website, which triggers an email to the parent, which will then ask them to complete the consent to receive the service. So it's a lot more streamlined. It's going to help massively with our waiting list, which is currently around 45, and it's taking about 3 months from referral to allocation. Once we've got the referral and it's triaged, it go on the waiting list, and then they're allocated a project worker who'll contact the family and school, and then they will arrange to get that initial assessment done. So I've talked a little bit about the initial assessment. We do support for schools as well. So if you do work closely with schools and they mention young carers, if you know they're really concerned or they'd like to set up their own young carers group, which we really encourage, they can go on our website and access our resources, which are for young carers in schools. And you can click on the little link there and it'll take you straight to them. And then that's our details. So does anybody have any questions at all?
Thank you, Denise.
That's okay.
Has anybody got any questions for Denise?
One little thing I'll just add, before I answer those questions, is we do this presentation for any services that would benefit from it as well. I'm really happy to come to any team meetings, so please get in touch if you would like that. Okay, so I'll answer Anthony's first.
Yeah, I just want to check something. So it mentions that the parent or guardian has to give consent. And I just wonder whether sometimes there might be issues gaining consent from the parent or guardian. I just wonder how you went about that if there was that issue arose.
Yeah, so it does happen. It will be a lot easier now that this email will go straight to the family, because in the past it would mean that our admin would send out a letter and then we would expect the letter back, or would expect them to upload the form. So that's going to help a lot with that. If we have a family where there is real difficulty, so we've had it where, you know, both mum and dad have been deaf, or you know, they English is an additional language, anything like that, we will do whatever we can to try and help get that consent. We'll always come back to the referrer as well, but we can even go round to the house, you know, if there's a project worker in the area, we'll go and knock on the door, and you know, or we'll pick the phone up and see, you know, what's a better way, you know. So we'll always try, you know, before we sort of reject the referral.
Thank you.
Okay, and Angela?
Hey Denise, I work
Hello.
for Carers Link. We are the adult commission service in
Yes.
East Lancashire. And one of my roles is to do exactly what you've just done, deliver the PowerPoint presentation. And I'm a bit of a stats geek. So I'm just wondering if you know what the stats are. Across England and Wales, the adults is estimated 1 in 8 people are providing unpaid care. Do you know what it is
Yeah.
for?
So it's four young carers in every single class in the UK.
Wow.
Yeah, but I would
Wow.
argue it's higher
Me
myself.
too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank
But they
you
are
for
the
that. Yeah.
official statistics.
Yeah, I know there's a lot of stuff going on between the senior managers in terms of young adult carer support, isn't there?
Yes. Yeah.
Because what we see is once people have finished with your service, they
Yeah.
don't necessarily want to transition over to the adults
No, that's
support.
it. And we
So
meet, yeah, so me and my boss, we
Yeah.
meet monthly with Carers Link,
Yeah.
and with, what's the other one?
Encompass.
Yes, Encompass.
Yeah.
So we're in regular contact, and we're copying in any referrals we make with, I can't think of a name now at Carers Link.
Audra.
Oh, Audra,
Yeah.
yes. So we copy her into any referrals so that she can keep an eye on them, because some of them have kind of been rejected, that we have sent over, and I think it's because they're very few and far between.
Yeah, there's not many.
No,
No.
and sometimes, because sorry for everyone else having to listen to this, I'll be really quick. But when we've been told we can send a referral at age 17 and a half,
Yeah.
so they're not getting missed.
Yeah.
But they've been, some of your people and Encompass's people have rejected them. So
Yes, yes.
so it's an
Somebody needs
issue,
training
but
properly,
yes,
don't they?
but we're
One
all
of the things that
communicating.
I've been tasked with doing is trying to reach out specifically to the young adult carers. So I did a little bit of an email campaign just before Christmas, and I only got one reply.
Oh gosh,
Yeah.
yeah,
But
tricky.
we try, don't we? Thank you very
We
much.
do.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Thanks,
Anyone else got any questions for Denise before I move on to Angela? No. Great stuff. Thank you, Denise. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Angela, over to you.
Me?
Yeah.
Thank you. Well, that was quite a coincidence, wasn't it?
Sorry for waking you up, Angela. There.
Yeah, no, you're all right. I've been up since 4:20. Yeah, thank you. Following on from Denise's wonderful presentation about young carers across Lancashire, my name is Angela Bennett and I work for Carers Link Lancashire. We are commissioned to support adult carers across East Lancashire. We do a little bit with young carers in Hyndburn and Ribble Valley, but that's separate to Lancashire County Council funding. As I mentioned with my little chat with Denise, approximately 1 in 8 adults across England and Wales are providing unpaid care to a friend or family member. That includes me. I've been an unpaid carer for about 47 years. So I had a little brother with learning difficulties, so I was a young carer. I had absolutely no idea that support was available to me or to my parents. And I also have a 27-year-old daughter on the autistic spectrum. I, again, had no idea that support was available to me until I saw this job advertised on Indeed. I'm 6.5 years in now, and I know that I would have benefited from the support that's available in my role, particularly as a parent carer for my daughter. So similarly to Denise, we accept consented referrals. Consent must be given by the carer, not necessarily the person in receipt of care. That can cause a little bit of confusion for people. And we are a statutory service. We offer the carers assessments as well. And the emotional well-being is at the heart of that carers assessment. But alongside that, we also offer what's called a peace of mind for carers contingency plan. In the event of a blue light emergency, what happens to the person that you're caring for? You know, are you responsible for giving them their evening meal, for giving them the medication, helping them to bed, all of that sort of thing? If you are rushed away in a blue light, we can support you to put a plan together to follow exactly what needs to happen in your absence. So for me, my plan says to ring my neurotypical daughter, but what if she's not available? Then we can call upon the crisis team free of charge for a period of up to 72 hours to provide that care in the absence of the nominated carer. We also have lots and lots of other things going on. I'm a massive, massive advocate for peer support. As a statutory service, it's quite limited what we are allowed to say to carers. So if they were to ask for a particular respite provider or, you know, a daycare provision, we're allowed to give them a list, but we're not allowed to say whether we think they're good, bad or indifferent. But if you sit in a room full of other carers, the likelihood is that one of them will know whether it's good, bad or indifferent, and they can tell them the truth as well. We also do activities for the carers to encourage them to take a break from the caring role. We're all off in our minibus tomorrow to go for a couple of rounds of crazy golf over Gorstang Way. And that's like magic before your eyes, because some of the carers will say to us, I don't want to sit in a cafe and talk about my caring role, but put them on the minibus and that's exactly what they're going to do. So that's like peer support without calling it peer support. We've seen people exchanging telephone numbers, setting up WhatsApp groups, and then going off and supporting each other that way as well. We recently did a pumpkin picking in Pendle, and two of the ladies that went on that came to our Accrington cafe and had some lunch together afterwards. And I was privy to a conversation that they were having. They're both caring for their husbands who have dementia, and they've both been coming to our peer support group for a number of years and really building up a friendship. And one of them said to the other, when your husband gets a diagnosis of dementia, your friends suddenly start to disappear. And the other said, yes, that's true, that, yeah, she said. And then she went, but then you come to groups like this and you get new friends and they turn out to be better friends. And that's just that's my bread and butter, is that it warms my cockles to the core. I never said that, they said that to each other. We have a dedicated benefits worker who can support with PIP, carers allowance, attendance allowance, blue badge applications. So if anybody is aware that somebody is in need of support for benefits, either for themselves as the carer or the person that they're caring for, please do recommend us. We know that there are other organisations that can support with benefits applications, but the more people that are doing it, the more people get the benefits that they're entitled to. I'm going to leave you on one thing now. There's some familiar faces here, and you'll probably all laugh. It is our 25th anniversary this coming summer. And so we're going to be doing quite a lot of fundraising, a lot of information stalls and awareness and things like that. And I have nominated myself for my fundraiser to do a 25-hour sponsored silence. Yes, see, those that know me are laughing already. My husband wants me to start practicing now. But yeah, so if anybody wants to get on board with that, please do follow us on the social media pages, and you know, every penny that that we raise will go back in. What we're doing is we are raising funds to continue our dedicated ASD support worker. We've got two specific workers at the moment on separate funding to LCC. One is supporting those that are caring for somebody with autism, and she is phenomenal. And the other is supporting those that are caring for somebody with dementia. So yeah, sponsored 25-hour silence. Thank you. Any questions from anybody?
That'd be like me doing a sponsored silence to 25 for an hour and a half, to be perfectly honest.
That's why I've nominated myself for that, because that's the challenge. You know, there's a lot of people doing walks, there's a lot of people doing 25 acts of kindness and things like that. And I thought, I need to try and shut up. That's what I need to try and do. So yeah, thank you.
Excellent. Thank you, Angela. Anthony.
I just want to say, Angela, I like talking as well, as you probably know from meetings we've had.
Yeah.
So I think I find that very difficult as well.
Yep. I'm going to find it more difficult not to talk to myself. You know, when you type in emails and things and you see something off someone like, what are you asking me that for? And I say the words out loud. So someone's going to duct tape me. I think I'm going live on the Facebook page on the 1st of June at 10 o'clock. And then I will finish live on the 2nd of June at 11 o'clock the following afternoon. So yeah, thank you. My target is £250. It's quite a realistic target. I think my husband might double that if I do manage it.
Angela, how are you going to
Yeah.
stop yourself from talking in your sleep?
I don't do that.
Do you
I don't
not?
do that. No.
Not until 1st of June. That's when you'll
Yeah.
start doing it.
And the irony is the 2nd of June is my wedding anniversary as well. So yeah.
Oh.
proper
He
challenge.
might pay you extra to keep it going for another 24 hours.
He may well do. He may well do. Thank you. Thank you for your time, everybody.
Thank you. Thanks, Angela. Thank you very much. Now, I
I'll
know
pop my
Leanne,
details in the chat.
Thank you. I know Leanne's got to leave us. Amanda, do you mind just hanging on for a couple of minutes while I know Leanne's got to leave, but she wants to give a thank you, to give a quick update. Leanne, do you want to just give you a quick update before you have to leave us?
It's okay, Tracy. I think I'll leave it until next month.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right. No worries.
I'll be able to give more information next month, so it's not pressing. It's fine.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Leanne. Thank you very much. Okay, Amanda, you're on. It's your turn.
As usual, I'm going to whiz through this, Tracy.
Fabulous. I love that.
That's why you put me on last, didn't it? Hang on. Let me just share this. So I've altered it slightly from the last one I did, in case there's people in here. Oh, why is it not doing it? What am I doing here? Oh, here we go. Right. Can you all see this? Let me get rid of you. No offense.
Yeah, we can see it.
Right, okay. Oh, has it come back up for? Right, hang on. So I work in the active travel team, sustainable travel team, work with businesses, organisations throughout Lancashire, not Blackpool, not Blackburn with Darwin, to encourage and support walking, cycling and wheeling. And wheeling is wheelchairs, non-electric scooters. So we make contact and engage with businesses and organisations and support them to get people to travel more sustainably, more actively. The reasons being less congestion, less emissions, and to improve the health and well-being of people within Lancashire. So we do rewards-based platforms, Better Points, which is the one on the left there, and Angela, Carers Link in Accrington do actually accept the points, and they get a free cup of tea and a book, and Carers Link get £1 for that, or they can donate to charity. There's also Love to Ride, which is cycling based. So if you cycle, there's lots of competitions for that. We offer cycle training, adult cycle training, so those aged 16 plus can attend your health and wellbeing days, bring some, fun things to do. And then the best bit is we have funding of up to £5,000 available to support and encourage active travel. And that can be for things like lockers, bikes that people can use, e-bikes, cycle storage, etc. So if you've got any projects you're thinking of doing, we want people to basically to use active travel to get to and from work, further education, etc. So rather than single occupancy car journeys, thinking about how they travel. So if you've got any suggestions, or if you're thinking of your organisation applying for one of the grants, just pop us an email. Like Tracy said, emails will be shared afterwards, and that is it.
Amanda, you're an absolute star.
I know.
Has anybody got any questions for Amanda on active travel? I know I do keep meaning to do it. I've still got the email. I do keep meaning to do it for us. No?
No, we're good.
Fabulous. Thank you very much. I know I've just put in the chat, if you want to share anything, please do put it in the chat. I'm just going to, because we've got 15 minutes left, I'm just going to give a quick update on the health and wellbeing. I don't think Jill's here, is she? Jill, if you're here, shout at me. No, I don't think she is she? So I'll give a quick update on the Health and Wellbeing Partnership, and then I'll just ask that anybody that's got an update, if they'll put their hand up, because we're only going to have a few minutes at the end. So usually I go round it. For those of you that are new, usually I go round absolutely everybody, but because we've had such fabulous speakers today and we've had 4 of them, we only usually have a couple. We've got less time. So health and wellbeing partnership updates. As you know, stemming from that, we have formed, a few of us have formed Pendle Network for Change, and we've worked on a toolkit around what's available in our communities. And we were looking for our next thing that we're going to work on, and our next thing that we're going to work on is around systems change. So if there's anything in the systems, anything at all, that you think could do with changing, I mean, you know, we can't form a revolution, not yet anyway, but you never know. If there's anything that, you know, you think it's a bit, you know, could do with improving or speeding up, or there's no provision for whatever, please do whiz me an email. Either email me or Jill, and we will we'll start working on it and see what we can do. I can't promise miracles. I will try waving the magic wand, but you never know. And it's about, in that case, about systems change. Usually it's about who you know. So we'll be talking to people that are working at a higher level than us to try and alter that system for people in Pendle. So so that's just a quick update from me about the Pendle Wellbeing Partnership, and just a really quick one from me about CVS Helping Hands Lottery. I'll put the information in the chat. Please do join up. You can raise funds for your own organisations if you're a not-for-profit organisation, and we've got loads of other stuff happening, including the new get-togethers that used to be called the volunteer forums that the lovely Caroline and Kim are organising, and we've had our first 2 facilitated by me, obviously, who wouldn't have me facilitating. So there were one on the 28th of January and the other one was on the 11th of February. Is that right, Caroline?
That is right, yeah.
Yeah, and they're going to be called, what are they going to be called from here on in?
Coffee, cake and collaboration.
Yeah, cake's the important bit, apparently. So coffee, cake and collaboration. Angela was there. It were great, wasn't it? The face-to-face one. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're really good.
Yeah, we're looking at the 25th of March for the next one. Hopefully, unfortunately, it'll be in Rosendale, we think, at the Whitewell Bottom Community Centre.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it'd be great to see people there, obviously. Rosendale, I know, but we'll try and make it in Pendle, the next one. Okay.
I think it'll be in Pendle in April, won't it? We're going to try and alternate it. Yeah. Fabulous. Thank you very much. So that's I mean, we've loads to tell you, but we can tell you in our newsletters, our info share, etc. So anybody want to put their hand up, and if you've got anything pressing you want to talk about, just nobody wants to talk to me now. Anthony, thank you. You're a lifesaver. You always want to talk to me.
I said I don't really receive the email I sent you last week. I think, Tracy, it was the mental health wellbeing drop-in clinic public timetable. I sent you when I come to the meeting last month. I said I'd share it with you, so you could share it with the group if you want to share it with the group. Just about, obviously, it's mental health drop-ins where anyone can attend. Adults for mental health drop-in clinic, where we have practitioners who you can see if you've got. It's more aimed at people that would struggle to access mainstream mental health services. So people who might have drug and alcohol issues, homelessness, things like that, who might struggle to access mainstream mental health services, that can go to one of the drop-in clinics. I've sent the email to you, so if you can share that for us, please. And I will be having a meeting with Leanne in April, Leanne Steele, as we were on earlier, to discuss more about the pathways and different things about community mental health teams and the drop-in clinics. So I will feedback more when we've had that meeting.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Anthony. Yeah, I do remember it. It has gone on the People of Pendle page.
Brilliant. That's I've not seen it. You see, that's all. That's brilliant.
Yeah. We don't send them out anymore on request of members. We don't send send emails out because we're sending them every day.
Yeah,
and people
no,
have got, you know.
Yeah,
so we put them on the People of Pendle, and we also put them in our info share. So
thank you very much.
If everybody I hope everybody signed up for our info share, or just have a nip onto our website and look at the People of Pendle page. Everything's on there.
Brilliant.
Okay. Thank you, Anthony. Anyone else? going to wave at me? Watch, nobody wants to talk now. Oh, Rabina, thank you.
So we've just recently had a confirmation about Connect to Work. That is through Lancashire County Council. Just want to check that is everybody aware of it on this call, regards to what support is available for customers with disability health conditions. It's quite a big eligibility criteria. Again, care leavers, ex-offenders. It supports quite a lot of people. I'll put the link in. I'll put the link in the chat on the gov.uk that we have on it, but it is through the Lancashire County Council that it's being offered.
Fabulous. Thank you, Rabina.
And just pension credit campaign as well. Anyone that's coming up to pension age, if they're not entitled to the full pension, to please consider pension credit. Have a look at pension credit as well.
Great stuff. Thank you. Thank you, Rabina. Anybody else got anything they want to say? Either just shout out or wave at me. Katie.
Hi, I'm Katie from Christians Against Poverty, and just to say that we're going to be running another life skills course starting next Thursday. Life skills is a 9-week course, not including the Easter holidays, from 10 till 12:30, and it's teaching people how to live well on a low income. So I don't know about the rest of you, but it's it's quite well for me as well.
Yeah.
We look at budgeting as part of that, so we help people build up a budget. We look at income maximization and trying to look at where we spend our money and how we spend our money. Talk about things like doing a weekly meal plan, making sure when you go shopping you take a shopping list with you. We also have somebody from Newgrounds come and talk to us about energy. We do a cooking week, but it's a really lovely supportive group. We've got a few people that have done it before that are coming on it again because they've enjoyed it so much. So it is about budgeting and about living well on a low income. It's also about just coming together, really. So that's going to be up at what's called the parish rooms up at St. Bart's, which some people don't know where that is, but it's basically the building next to St. Bartholomew's Church in Cole. And so we are Christians Against Poverty, but we're open to people of all faiths and none. And I put my email in the chat. So if you want any further information, please just send me your way. Yeah, that makes sense.
Thanks, Katie. Thank you very much. There are people putting things in the chat. I'll just read one out because Peter's had to leave us, Peter Lumsden. He talks about having done a comprehensive piece of mapping on what provision the first sector is making under the headings of mental health, food security, family support. And that's given them a detailed spreadsheet of what churches and mosques are offering with locations, times of activities and key contacts. The spreadsheets then generate an interactive Google Maps with locations rag rated, family hub centres are on the map. What we're going to do as well, when I talked about the toolkit earlier that we've worked on, we're going to try and amalgamate them in some magic way that I know nothing about. But if we can amalgamate them, there'll be a whole host of information there, all in one place for groups such as all of yours, organisations such as all of yours. I don't think we're going to let it out to the general public because things change and we don't want anybody being disappointed. So if anybody knows anybody with any magic skills that could help us to amalgamate all of that, I'd be very grateful to hear from you. Everybody's email address and contact details are all in the membership list that's sent out before every meeting. So when you get your agenda, you should get a contacts list as well. So everybody's is on there. Dawn's put in the... Dawn, are you still here? Do you want to talk about this? We've still got a couple of minutes.
Oh, I'm still here.
You're still here, yeah.
I'm still here. We've got quite a lot of new things coming up. I've just put a couple of posters in the chat. So we have a send drop in. It's going to be the 4th Friday of every month. We have Sendias, Parent Carer Forum and everybody else. It's really good. We had one last month. It was quite a quiet one. I think we've got quite a few parents have said they're going to come this time because that lady went back and told everybody at our SEND group how good it was. So it's just really good for getting those immediate answers and that I just feel like somebody's listening to you. We've also got a chat play read, which is for support with children 2 to 4 with a speech delay. There's a welcome assessment at the beginning of it just to see what kind of needs there are, and then another one at the end of the 6-week course. And then at the end of that, if it's felt like you would benefit from a referral to speech and language, then we can help do that for you. And we have a new domestic abuse programme. So we used to use the Freedom programme, but although it's great as far as it goes, it's not really inclusive. It just assumes that everybody who's ever suffered domestic violence is a woman in a heterosexual relationship who's had that abuse from a man. Obviously, we know that things have moved on, so it's a bit more inclusive. It covers quite a lot of things, including the effects of violence or witnessing violence on a child, things like that. So that one we don't put out. It's on a Friday lunchtime. We don't put out the location or the exact time, just obviously because we don't want perpetrators getting wind of when it is. But if anybody does have anybody they feel they will benefit, just let me know and I can refer them in.
Fab, thank you, Dawn. That sounds really interesting, that Freedom programme. I were in right at the beginning of that.
Yeah.
And I agree.
Oh, showing your age there, Tracy.
I know. That's really showing me age, isn't it? Although I am only 21, as you well know, Dawn.
I know. But yeah, it's I've actually been on the training for this Rising Beyond. It's only just got a name. I went on the training before it had a name, and I came out of it, and I was just like, oh, and if I wasn't in a relationship, I would never want to be in another one again. It was just it's quite a lot because it was a full day. But it's really beneficial for people who have been through it, and it helps you to identify things that you wouldn't necessarily have realised were abuse.
Yeah.
So it's not just somebody coming and knocking you about. It's obviously coercive control, financial abuse, all that. So it is interesting.
I went on the Freedom. It was a train the trainer for domestic abuse awareness, but we had an element, we had a module on the Freedom programme in it. And a friend of mine was with me, and he said, I don't let my wife have the remote control for the TV. Am I being abusive? I said, yes, you are.
Even worse if you're watching things without her that you're both supposed to be watching. Yeah.
Thank you, Dawn. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We're there. Thank you all for coming along. Is there anyone else that just wants a quick 2 minutes? Nobody's waving at me. Nobody's shouting at me. It's so brilliant. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody, for being so engaged and engaging as usual. And thank you for all of you for coming along. It's really lovely to see so many people wanting to do some good stuff for People of Pendle. Thank you very much. I'll see you all again next month. Have a lovely rest of your afternoon. And I think it started raining now, unfortunately, folks. So see you later. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.